Okay, it's June 12th, and Houston just got a set of heavy rain again, and we got a flooded car. Again. Car's still running. Water came up to, put a tape on it, came up to there. It's high water mark. So, yeah, somewhere around there. So, it was all soaked. Engine still run. I drove it home. 2 lights were on the dash. The brake light and the ABS light was on. So I thought I'd document this in case we have to do this again. It won't be so painful. First thing I did was rip this back seat off. And to do that, you just yank real hard right here and about right here. But to pull it out, see this little hook right here? Well, it hooks onto right there. So when you pop there and there up, then you have to push this little brown, looks like a foam. There's a metal loop right here, so you have to push that. So the loop's gonna be right here. You have to push it down so that it can go under this hook. Then you can take this out. Okay. Oh, let's snap in right here, there, and over there. Okay. So I'll show you where that's the 2 snap. One, and there's the other one. Okay, so yank those 2 up, and then use your finger, push that loop down under that hook, then you can take it out very easy. Okay, the next thing I did was I snapped this plastic trim off. Okay, so show you all. There's a hook right there, and there's 4 tab. Those 4 goes to these 4 metal tab right here, and there's another one, I guess. Well, 3. See 3. Oh, and this. Okay, this one you got 2, so they grab onto each side of this. Okay, and then this little stud goes into there. Okay, so 3 metal tabs, 1 that grabs onto both sides and 1 that plunge into that hole. Okay, I'm going to mark all these trims so I don't have to worry about. So this would be the driver, rear. Okay, and this size I'm gonna label it passenger rear, and then passenger front, driver front. Okay, this is the passenger front trim, door trim. This one is much easier than the back. It has 3 grabber and a little stud, two little snap-on right here, and the 2 snap-on goes right there, and the 3 double grabber, it grabs onto on either side of these 3 little doohickey right there. Okay, so the back was much harder for me anyway. Okay, so this is passenger Okay, driver side front trim, door trim, same thing. 2 little hole for the arrow thing to plunge into. 3 double grabber. And this was these electrical were submerged, so you know, hopefully we'll deal with that. I would assume the next thing, this just came out. Okay, so looks like this one, there's a little guide hole, so I assume there's a pin on the other side, and 2 little tab to slip into something. Okay, so that just came. Oh, they slip into right here. This metal receiver. Okay. These 2, that and that, goes into there and there. Okay. Okay, this is the passenger front trim. 2 slider, 1 hole. Again, the 2 slider goes in here, and the hole goes somewhere up there. And I'm afraid this was underwater, so you know, I'll get the the blower. I'll blow it out. Okay, next I'll see if I can remove the 2 seats and the console, and maybe that little console right there, and then maybe these pillar trim, and I think we can take the carpet out. I, by the way, again label the inside of every part, so, and so far I didn't have to take any screw off, but if I did, the plan is I'm gonna put the screw right back in the hole if possible. If not, I'll put a Ziploc bag and label the bag and tie it to the parts, so when it's time to reassemble, we can do it. Okay, so it's gonna get dark soon, so I got my lights out. I got that light and this light. I'm about to take the driver seat out, and looks like 14 millimeter right here, and 1 on the other side right there, and I assume there's 2 more on the back. So okay, driver seat on the back, the bolt isn't exposed. It's probably underneath that little plastic trim, so I have to take that out. On this side also, the car, when we bought it used, has this little doohickey whatever amplifier. It's probably underwater, so it's toast. So let me pop those 2 plastic trim and we'll see. Okay, on the inside trim, it's just pretty easy. Just kind of pry it out with your hand. No tools needed. On the outside, I had to get a screwdriver and I pop it off right here. And then at the front, you see those 2 little tab, 2 arrow, half an arrow. They grab onto either side, so you have to pry off, you know, pry it out. No problem. So I'm gonna mark these and put them away. And there's the bolt, most likely 14 millimeter, and there's the other one. Right there. Okay. And after we get those 2 out, the seat should come off, and I'll go back up front and I'm unplug the electrical out, and I'll videotape that. Okay. Wiring harness. It's 2 connector, and they tie it right here, so I can't see. Okay. I need to pop that out, and then pop this out. Just pinch a little release lever and yank it out. Okay, this one, you gotta get a flathead screwdriver and stick it in right, you see that? Let me see if I can put my finger. Let me see if I can do this. Put the blade in right there, you know, and release, so it can release this part right here. Tricky bastard. Okay, this one I use this one I use a needle nose plier to pinch it. This one is too bright. This one I don't know how to do it yet. It's probably to pinch somewhere or stick a flat head in somewhere. Okay, after I get it out, I'll tell you. Okay, I got this out. What you do is you use your thumb, pinch this down, pinch right there. That's the lever that catch to lock it. Okay. Okay. See that? See that tab? So pinch it down like that. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna remove the seat, and I'm gonna put the 14 millimeter bolt back into the hole, so I don't have to worry about it. Then we're gonna take this out and see if we can dry it. I think it's toast. It's completely submerged in the water. This one still got stuck in the seat. I have to get that out and put in there. Okay, we're doing the passenger seat. Again, this plastic trim that covers the bolt. I'll show you underneath where all the grabbers are. See, right here and here. Okay, and then, you know, here and here. So this grab vertically, and these grab also kind of vertically. Okay, so the first two that I show you grab onto here and there. The other two grab up front. Okay, so you gotta pop here, pop there, and use your two index finger on both hands to pry this out, and then come back. This side is not too bad. You just stick a screwdriver in and, you know, snap it off. Okay. Okay, so on the passenger seat, there's nothing spectacular. 4 bolts, same as the driver. And unlike the electrical connector, passenger side only got 1, and it's the same thing. It's freaking light. Let's see if I can do this. press down. Yeah, press down on this little tab here to release it, okay, with the flathead screwdriver. And I'm gonna put all the bolt back into the hole so don't have to worry about them. Okay, next thing we're gonna see if we can get this middle between seat console. I see 2 screws right there. Okay, and 2 on the other side. So I'm gonna undo these 4 Phillips screw and we'll see what happens. Okay, so the 4 screw didn't work. So I empty this, took this little felt out, and there's 2, looks like 2 bolts right there. Looks like 10 millimeter. Okay, we'll take that out and see. Okay, I got the 2 bolts out, and it come up a little bit, but the front is still, look like it's still being held by something here. So I have to figure out why we have to take this crap off to have access to that front bolt. So we'll see. Okay, so I was able to get this front part off the console by just open this drink holder up, and I grabbed it right here and I just shook it and lifted up, and it came out. Okay, but still I don't see a bolt. So this is a little coin tray right here. I'm gonna take that off and see. I see 2 more Phillips, one there and one there. See right there, those 2, one there, one there. I assume 2 on the other side. I'm gonna do the bottom one first because I think the top one's just to hold that tray. So after I remove the 2 screws, they look like this. They're kind of bronze. So actually the 4 screws that I told you earlier, these probably didn't do anything. These are black short. Whereas the 2 that held the front is about 3/4 inch. Okay, but now there's a 12-volt cable to power this right there. There's a cigarette lighter right there. So I have to snap, and I can tell I took a pick in and it's very tight, so I don't want to snap it. So I'm going to tilt it a little bit, and I can see if I can go in with a needle nose plier to pinch that release tab, that lever. Okay. This was kind of difficult. I have to put it in this position. First I have to pop this this right here. This right here. This little right there. It goes into that hole right there. This little plastic that gives me a little slack. Then using both hands, one hand to hold the needle nose plier, and I use the needle nose plier to grab right here and right where my thumb is, and I did that with my right hand. With my left hand I use the flathead to push this down like that, and then with the needle nose plier I pull it out. Okay, so this is completely free. There's still some coin in there. Okay, so I think we're getting there. We got this pillar, 2 pillars, and that console, and I think we can rip the carpet out. Okay, so I snapped the plastic cover off this seatbelt bolt. So now we're gonna undo this, and then we're gonna snap this off, and then this little console. I think we're ready to whip this carpet out. Okay, so I got this plastic trim off this post, and I want to show you all the connector is two right here, two right here, and two of the posts, a little snap-on. These, give you the look on the side. See how it is like that? That means you have to pinch it in. So you pinch it in like this to get it out. Pinch it in like that. Okay. Okay, this trim right here, just grab right there, and I yank it straight back. And you can see that this is what that's hooked onto. There's one there, one on this side, and this thing right here, it goes into that post, that little post right here. But now I have to undo this 12-volt cigarette lighter. Okay, I think I got everything. So I'm gonna remove all the tools, and then I'm gonna go around and see if I can undo the carpet. Okay, so I remove all the tools, right, to peel this carpet off. Now I think the carpet is being held down by a bunch of these fastener, plastic fastener, and I bought this from Amazon. This little fastener removal. Let's see, like that. Okay. Little fastener. So okay, so let's see, like here, that's one of those fasteners right there. Okay, so okay, we have an issue. I forgot to deal with this fuel door opener. Gotta pop that plastic thing off and work the carpet around it. But otherwise, it's pretty much clear as need to be. It's just that last thing. Okay. Okay, so I got it off. So it sits like this, and actually there's a 10mm screw bolt right there. And then to get it out, just like the bicycle brake, the little cable with the little like a cylindrical knob that goes in here. Okay, let me show you the other part of it. See that right there? Right in the middle of the screen. Okay, that goes in that little hole. Okay, so now we have. One more thing. This is actually, I think it goes like this. This is a little footrest for your left feet when you're driving, and I just yank it off. I hope it just snap on. I can't tell. I don't think it's glued on to where I broke it. I think it just snapped on, but anyway, I pop it off. Okay. And it's soaking wet. How much water is in here? How much water is in here? Okay. So I'll get the wet vac and vacuum the water out, and then I guess spray with the cleaner, maybe with a little bleach, wipe it down. Okay, looking good. Okay, so I got the carpet out. I got this little felt mat out that was soaking with water. And look at this little bucket full of water. That's just from the passenger front and rear well. I use a ShamWow towel, soak it up, and then wrinkle them over into this tub. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 inch deep, and I expect the same. See that black AC vent that went from there, and it drips over that crossbar? That was full of water in there. I took it out and it just poured out, so it's part of the water in that bucket. So we're going to do the same to the driver's side. I expect another tub full, and then we'll call it a night. Tomorrow we'll wipe it down with the some cleaner and bleach and let it air dry for a few days, and I'll put it back. Okay, so I ShamWow dry the driver front and rear, and this is the result. Almost full. What I need to do next is actually, you see those white, it's foam. It's like a foam ice chest. They're held down by some plastic fastener. Let me see if I can pop them and remove them, because there's water underneath too. And you see the carpet by the firewall behind the pedals, behind the brake and the gas pedal, it's wet. You can't see, but it's wet from the edge. From the edge here, probably up to where this screw is. Now I can't remove that, so I'm gonna see if I can wet vac that little felt section right there. So if the car stink afterward, it's going to be because of that. Because I'm pretty much wiped everything else is down to metal. So if I spray with bleach, it shouldn't, when it dries, it shouldn't stink. But that felt by the firewall. Now it's best if I can remove it. And you can see on this side, you can see where the wetness, see? So all those connectors were underwater. So I'm gonna get a yard blower. When I cut yard, when I trim the edge and I blow along the walkway, I'm gonna use that to blow all the water out. I can't blow tonight because it's almost 11 o'clock. I don't want to wake my neighbor up. And on this side too. But when the sun rises tomorrow, I'm gonna get the blower and blow whatever liquid is still on there. And then I have to maybe get a pressure washer, and I'll basically rinse this so that, because what's in there is rainwater, so I'm gonna rinse that with fresh water and let them air dry for a few days. So this car is gonna be out of commission probably this whole week until it dries out. Now part of the speaker is also underwater. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Okay. It's almost midnight, but I think my neighbor is a heavy sleeper. So I'm gonna see if I can blow a little bit.